Hello, you fancy-free philanthropists. Welcome to my 2018 favorites video. What else would this be? I've shaved my head and it's almost February. So, you know, everything over here is just business per usual. Alright, so, my favorites videos are always sort of like this, and I always feel the need to apologize to you. I don't have a ton of thingies for you to purchase. It's more like media content and stuff, bullshit that's like, because I don't actually buy that much stuff that often. So, sorry. So I'll start off with the things that seem relevant to why you're probably here, and then we're just gonna keep on going. I feel like this year for me was very much one of like editing. Like, just like, edit out that shit. I don't need that shit. I don't need this edit out. I edited out my hair. Even. Zoop. Which, fantastic choice. Only downside is it's like a chia pet up in this bitch, and I'm just like, I feel like every day. So that's the only reason I probably won't continue with this for all of my life, because that's getting old fast. But anyway, this year I just, I wasn't like bringing in a lot of new stuff. I was more like focusing stuff. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to start off with the kind of like beauty industry things, all two of them. The Marc Jacobs Eye-Conic palettes. Are you surprised? No, because in the 4 videos that I made this year, I think I talked about them or used them every time. They're just really well put together, good color combinations, good formulations. I like this brand. I technically could sit here and rattle off a bunch of products of theirs that I like, but that feels like a boring thing to do because everybody knows that it's good. I don't know. This is just, but this, if I was like, I basically this year I sat down and I was like, what things does it make me sad to think that maybe people don't know about it or have it? And that's what this list was. And this was on there because, like, they're just nice. Next up, and closing off the short-lived run of things that have to do with beauty in any way, shape, or form, is the Glossier You perfume. And I love this perfume, and I hate to smell things, so it's saying something. It smells like good, and also you. Get it? I see what they did there. I actually have no idea how to describe it. How about we Google it? What do they say it is? Glossier You. Eau de Parfum. You'll find that you makes... That just really threw me through a loop. I should invite you guys into this joke, right? Oh, grammar. It says oh my god. I have lost the ability to do anything right now. It says, you'll find that you makes a good first impression, but you is capitalized. Because this is you. We're getting existential AF now. And I didn't notice that little capitalization. And so you'll find that you makes just didn't know how to deal with that, guys. And had a little breakdown, but now we're back on track. Except we're totally not, obviously. Okay, you'll find that you makes a good first impression and lives up to it as time goes on. Each note, it's music for your nose, was chosen and balanced to... Why is this so funny? Chosen and balanced to allow the juice to be both... This is a fucking mess. To be both long-lasting and true to how it smells at the beginning. I want to point out that is italicized. This is the funniest description I've ever read of anything, and I don't know why. And I wasn't ready, guys. I wasn't ready. Without changing as it dries down. In other words, it's heavy on the bass notes. Ooh, I like heavy on the bass. You'll see that in my music playlist coming up next. Mostly, it smells like you. Okay, this description is not giving any more information than I did about what the fuck this smells like. I need a fan, but I don't own one. That familiar humany note. Is this a real thing that makes up the body, that's in bold, of what you're smelling? Creamy, sparkling, clean, warm. That's you. Oh. Asterisk. Please be advised that the formula comes incomplete. You are the first ingredient, and apparently the rest of the ingredients, because it goes from you to you, this you. Closing asterisk. Listed in the order of emphasis, the 3 base notes melt in with your skin, also in bold. Ambrette. Wow, I got my hopes up that now it was going to be words that I knew what they smelled like, and I don't know why, because I don't know what ambrette is, but it says comfy, warm, like that. Ambrox, okay, smooth, salty, animalistic. This is all nonsense, but I'm so here for it. Musk, long-lasting, addictive. Well, so far they have described you perfectly. Comfy, warm, smooth, salty. I skipped these 2 fingers. Oh my god. Smooth, salty, animalistic. Doesn't know how to count. Long-lasting, addictive. Perfect. Very descriptive. And a mix of top notes say, nice to meet you! Exclamation point, without overpowering the base. Iris root. Earthy, green, woody. I feel like that's the first thing that described a smell. Pink pepper. Spice. Sparkling. Okay, well, there you go. It smells like nonsense. But it's one of my favorite things, and oh good, I looked up the Glossier ingredients, and the ingredients say alcohol and parfum, and then other things like hydrogen X and glycosine. I'm a scientist. So, turns out descriptions, not always helpful, but it smells great. Highly recommend. Something in my eye, probably from all that laughing and joking we just did. Alright, this video started off with a bang, and now we're just gonna move on. Okay, I feel like the rest of this is gonna be weird and boring. Let's find out. The next thing, technically, I have another, physical item that can be touched with hands, and so I guess I'll do that next. Even, it's not beauty related, but it'll be the bridge from 2. And it is this sweatshirt that mi hermano got me for Christmas, and I wish he was my sister and not my brother, so that I could say, she's the worst, but I can't. But what I can say is that this sweatshirt is guaranteed 100% not the worst, potentially even the best. I hate all my other clothes, so I burned them, and then I regretted that because I'm not wearing any pants right now, which is a true story, and I can't go anywhere now because all I have is this sweatshirt and no pants. So there's 2 sides to every coin, and sometimes you love a sweatshirt and that's good and a favorite, but then you can't ever leave your house again and that's less good, but you just find silver linings in your life. Alright, next thing. I don't know if you noticed me speaking Espanol a moment ago when I said mi hermano. That's because of a little app called Duolingo. I feel so lame about how much I love this app that I almost didn't include it, and then I was like, fuck that shit, because my criteria for anything that I make a video about is I have to feel like it will be helpful to people and I find it interesting, and I think that this will be helpful to people, and I do find it interesting, so I will put my fears of nerddom, which is already confirmed anyway, obviously, aside and tell you about it. So I've mentioned it, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in a video at one point in time, but basically, my dad speaks Spanish, and I grew up speaking Spanish, a fair amount, but didn't in adulthood. So it was like, peace out, bye, fuck you, Caitlin, we don't like you. And this is the Spanish vocabulary in my mind addressing me. And that bothers me, and I just, I like the language, and so I wanted to speak in it again. So my brother was like, hey, there's an app, Duolingo. This is a big shout out Jason. He is an amazing big brother. But anyway, oh, family's nice. Anyway, he told me about this app, Duolingo. I mentioned it before. It's just an easy way to like brush up or teach yourself a language. I find it very user friendly, and I, not to brag, am on a 112-day streak of finishing the lesson every day. And once I kind of started to get back into it, it made me more motivated to do other things to help. So like now I'm watching more shows and listening to music and just kind of, once you see a little bit of success and you just like establish a habit with something, it gets easier to expand even more. And I've seen that happen, and it's hard for me to imagine that I would have done that without the app, just because my schedule is so crazy. It's really hard to work things in. But because it gives you that little sense of success, like, hey, it was only 15 minutes, but like check off, and it helped me get in the habit, which is really important. And then, obviously, like, you're not going to get fluent in a language from doing 15 minutes on an app every day, but it's designed so well that it made it no big deal for me to just like work it into my day at some point. And once I got, in that rhythm, then I could start doing things that like actually are helping my Spanish even more. So anyway, I would be remiss if I did not say that was one of my favorite things this year, because it's something that I do every day and I really enjoy, and is, helping me kind of reconnect with something from my childhood. Books! 2 books. Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. What? Audiobook, if possible. Audiobooks are like, they saved me, because I don't have time to like sit and look at a thing, but I can listen while I do a thing. Just yank on stuff. That I should cut out, but knowing myself, I probably will not. Driving cars like a PG human being. When I drive cars, I listen to audiobooks that are educational. So anyway, Trevor Noah, Born a Crime, amazing book, and I enjoy the audiobook because he's a comedian, and so he's a great storyteller, and he's very funny, and it's basically about how he grew up in South Africa during apartheid as a mixed child and what that meant, and it's super fascinating. And if you've seen The Daily Show at all since he took it over, he has a great way of seeing things. His perspective is very interesting. Then he'll present this information that's like, holy shit, but he can make it also funny and very easy to digest. So I would definitely recommend, like, the first few minutes of the book, I literally was like, just like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. It starts off with him telling a story of when his mom threw him and his little baby brother out of a moving car because they were being kidnapped. Like, it's crazy. And then he also was like, and here's how it was funny and interesting. So I can't recommend it enough. Blew my mind. And then the other book, Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, I mentioned in another Favorites video early this year. I think about that book constantly. As an entrepreneur, I find it especially interesting because it is the autobiography of the founder of Nike. But also just as a human, it's fascinating. He's a really gifted writer. From what I can see and tell, and that's disclosed, he did not have a ghostwriter, which is pretty impressive because I like nonfiction a lot, but I'm also like I've got like a big nerd hard on for, goddamn, this video's a mess. I have a big nerd hard on. I'm just gonna own it for fiction and like fantasy books and Harry Potter. It's weird to say I have a hard on for Harry Potter, but it's happened. Sometimes nonfiction books are very fascinating and stimulating, but not necessarily like painting a picture. But this book, I felt like I was sitting in his bodysuit experiencing his life, which is a cool sensation. And don't think I could have said it in a weirder way, but anyway, it's really, really good and just an incredible story. Super inspiring, even if you're not an entrepreneur, just for a sense of like, you can do shit differently and you can be successful and just do what feels right to you. Like, it's a great story of following your instincts, even when everybody's like, hey, you're crazy. And I loved it. And Phil Knight is a Pisces, so obviously we're best friends. Next thing, choreographers. I don't know if you like dance. Who doesn't like dance? If you don't, then you should change that about yourself, because it's a beautiful art form that can be enjoyed by anyone. Even if you're not participating in the act, which I highly recommend, there are some amazing choreographers on Instagram that I would like for you to follow them on YouTube and Instagram and bring their content into your mind and your face. And their names are Brian Puspos, Ian Eastwood, Sorah Yang, and Jojo Gomez. There are about 1,800 million other talented people out there, but those are some dancers / choreographers that I watch and I'm like, what just did you do now? Because that was amazing. And I just watch them. I will link some of my favorite videos from those dancers in the description box. TV shows. I love TV more than so many other things. And I've already talked a lot about, there's some obvious ones that I love that have been addressed a lot, but two shows that I haven't talked about as much, but that are wonderful, are The Good Place and Grace and Frankie. I cannot say enough good things about both of those TV shows. They're both very unique, and I don't even want to say that much about them other than if you don't start watching them, I will fight you into submission. Not to death, because I want you to watch them. So I'll fight you into a compromised position, and then I'll hold your body down, and I will make you watch them, which, circling back to a childhood trauma, a friend of mine did to me with the movie Chucky, and it scarred me for life. So I don't want to do this to you guys because it brings up a lot of bad shit for me, but I will if that's what it takes to get you to watch The Good Place and Grace and Frankie. Grace and Frankie is a Netflix original show, and The Good Place is on NBC, so you can watch it on Hulu if you're not like 500 years old, so you don't have cable. I'm realizing that I completely forgot about one other tangible item category that I had, which is my journals, and I say that like that because that's how I feel about them. In my 2017 favorites video, I talked about my obsession with journals, and that has continued, and I'm just gonna bite my tongue, literally, not a figure of speech, and then tell you guys, just kind of update you. So last year I had like a swirly marbleized big pink and gold journal that is so visually stunning. I should have grabbed it. It's downstairs. I'm not going to walk up and downstairs for this. But if you really want to see it, you can watch that old video. So that was where I put all my like big dreams, like this is what I'm going to make and stuff like that. And I filled it up. So I had to get a new one. And I was at Nordstrom Rack, and from across the way, I was like, who are you? And we had this like moment from across the store, because what wonder is this? What magic is that? I'm just sure this is just a pretty shade of pink. There's nothing exciting about the back. It's just such a stunner, and I now write my like big dreams and aspirations in this beautiful magical tome. I also talked about how this was my main bitch, and I believe I used that phrase exactly. I had a gray one in 2017. In the beginning of 2018 I started this blue one that looks the same, but I was like, it's kind of fitting because it's like a brighter version and I'm getting clearer on my goals, and some lame thing like that was very true. And I finished this one actually on New Year's Eve, which was really cool because then I was able to, on New Year's Eve, start this one, Whoa Now, which is the same, journal again, but this one even has more sparklies on it, which never gonna be mad about that. The reason that I love this particular type of journal so much, which you can get at Target, they come in a few different colors, is that one, white paper. I really hate off-white paper in notebooks. It makes me feel sad. like the lighting is bad. And I wish they would stop doing that. Because I can't tell you how many times I'm like, what's this journal? Hey there. And then I open it and I'm like, oh God, why are you making me depressed? Why did you do that? So anyway, a nice bright paper to write upon so that I don't feel like, is the lighting down in here? Anyway, I like that. And it also has like a fair amount of flexibility with, you know, like I don't have to worry about lining this up with certain dates because it just has all the months and then all of the days written out, so you just circle. And that's nice because I like to do what I want when I want, and I don't want to feel like I have to go by my journal schedule. This journal I got at a TJ Maxx or Marshall's or some equivalent. Oh, hello. Wow, we're just radiating light together. This is where I write my business development-ish, and I really like it because it's like good quality materials. Again, just like nice, easy to write in, high quality stuff. This is where I put my top secret information. This journal, do I have a problem? No. This is where I write the cute things my little Caspian says, and it's so special. You guys, he's almost 4, and this past year, the greatest. I mean, 3 is rough sometimes, but he's so funny and sweet and cute. And like this one I just opened up. He woke up in the middle of the night and clearly had had a dream, and he was giggling and holding my face, and he was like, "You're my slice of pizza, mommy." And then he just like fell back to sleep. Anyway, he's very cute. And I have like more journals, like this is where I write stuff for YouTube, and I really liked a lot about the journal, except it said chapter 1 on it, and I was like, that doesn't make sense for my life, so I crossed it out and wrote YouTube. And then on the first page I wrote, chapter 1 is a dumb name for a journal. This is my YouTube notebook. Follow-up favorite, these pens. I've gotten so many people hooked on these pens. It's the Papermate Inkjoy gel pen. Ooh, gel pens, throwback to good times. It's a fucking pen, guys. There's not a lot to it. And yet, I'm obsessed, and I will be upset if I can't find this one. It just has a really good flow of ink, and every person that I've been like, here, use this pen, they're like, what? This is a good pen. I'm like, yeah, it is, bitch. Anyway, great pen. 10 out of 10. Would bang. No, I wouldn't. Oh, God. Ah. Hey, look, I found another favorite that I forgot about. This has gone off the rails. Let's not pretend. My mom gave me this for Christmas, and I forgot I was going to mention it because I didn't write it down in my YouTube notebook. Because it was a last-minute edition. So remember when I was like, this is going to go in order of things you can touch and then other stuff, and then I didn't do that, and I could have just not said all this, and I could have edited it differently, but I didn't think of that. It's this moon nightlight. It's 3-dimensional, and it has a little clicker, and you can set it to the phases of the moon, which I find very magical. And so does Caspian. We have a grand old time playing with this. It's probably going to die in like 2 weeks. But anyway, it's just cool, and it's pretty. It's my favorite. All right, I have saved the best for last, and maybe the boringest to listen to me talk about, but not a secret. I love music. Who doesn't, right? Presumably, like, I don't know, Kellyanne Conway or someone. Anyway, we don't have to make this we don't have to go to a dark place. I love music. And there are a lot of the time, and like I said, I think at the beginning of this video that I really sat down and I was like, what does it make me sad to think about people not knowing about? And what made me think of using that for the whole video list is the fact that I think that about music all the time. Like I'll be listening to a song and think, it makes me so sad to think that there are people that don't know this song and hear it and feel this. And so I put together a Spotify playlist. I joined Spotify just for you guys for this because I'm not cool and I'm old and I just use Apple Music, which I didn't even know was lame until the internet told me, but it's fine. Now I just have both. But anyway, I made a Spotify playlist for 2018, and here's the thing about it. So I tried to stick to the songs that I was like, yes, just super obsessed with in the year of 2018. That doesn't mean they came out in 2018. A lot of them did not. It's just the music that kind of like was my year, that the songs that were on repeat. And I tried to focus on songs that you either potentially you have not heard before because maybe the artist isn't as known, or it's just not one of their most popular songs, even if they are more known, or that maybe you have forgotten about because they're a few years old, and that so it had to kind of be like maybe this is a reminder song for you or one you haven't heard. And also this year it really like was something that I enjoyed, and that I had that thought a lot, like it is sad to think that people might be living their life without this in their ears. So yeah, I put together a little playlist. It is explicit as fuck. So don't be surprised if you listen to it. Maybe don't listen to it around little children's. But it's just really good music. I will say that I had to make a concerted effort to not just make it all Anderson .Paak and Saba, because I love both of them so much and I listen to both of those artists a lot. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And if you want me to make more playlists, let me know. It's something that I do find interesting. All right, that is it. Those are the only things I enjoyed this year. Everything else I thought was absolute garbage, and I just want to make that super clear. Thank you for being patient while I didn't make a video for the last like month and a half or however long. I have been so busy, so happy, but so busy. I'm just gonna give a little shout out to Miss Samantha for bringing so many of your attention to my little company, Salt New York, because we sold out of those palettes, and it's just been a whirlwind trying to get everything ready to go. And by the way, for those of you asking, you can still get the palettes from Camera Ready Cosmetics, which is our only authorized third-party retailer. They're awesome. They have great customer service, and they still have both colors in stock, so you can still get them there. But we're sold out on our site right now, and I'm working hard to get our stock back. We weren't expecting that big of a rush that fast. It's a great problem to have, but you know, we want to get everything together for you guys, and we have a couple little tricks up our sleeve, little surprises for when we restock. All right, thank you for watching. I like you and your cute faces. Let me know in the comments what your most favorite things are. If you liked this video, and I define like as it didn't make you want to peel off your skin and eat your own eyeballs, then you are legally obligated to thumbs it up. And subscribe to this channel and follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at Kiki Makeup. And again, that is just if you're only exempt if you don't eat your own eyeballs after you watch it and peel your skin. So I should be seeing a really big bump, and I'm excited about it. All right, bye.